And the tip won by the Rebs. The freshman Anthony Bennett gives off, and here we go. A year ago, it was UNLV knocking off #1 North Carolina. Reinhardt into the lane, and immediately an offensive rebound. Thomas a couple of chances, and here come the heels.
And right away, UNLV trying to test the North Carolina defense by putting the ball on the floor and driving it.
North Carolina today without Reggie Bullock, who has arguably been their top player, out with a mild concussion.
Bullock has clearly been their most efficient player, their best guard, rebounder, best defender.
Oh, big rebound. McAdoo out of bounds, and it stays with North Carolina. All right, we mentioned the starting lineup, so no Bullock for Carolina. And it will be P.J. Hairston starting in his place. Page, Strickland, Hubert, and McAdoo, Marshall, Reinhardt, Dijon, Jones, Thomas, and then Anthony Bennett is a guy we'll talk about a lot today.
Anthony Bennett, the best freshman in the country, averaging close to 20 points per game. He can score inside and out. A tremendous challenge for North Carolina to try to guard him.
But here is Bennett. Hubert gets the block. Very good defensive player.
Well, Desmond Hubert is out there because of his defensive ability. He is not an offensive player, but very active on the defensive end.
Strickland gets the scoring started as Dexter knocks down the jumper.
And North Carolina came out in this game with a really good look on their faces. Didn't think they had a great practice yesterday, but they have come out. They are guarding the ball and getting beat off the dribble, but they're doing a pretty good job of fighting early on.
The miss by Bennett. Dijon Jones had it slip out of his hands. Carolina basketball. There's Roy Williams. Of course, 2 national titles as the head man in his 10th season at North Carolina.
You play this UNLV team, you've got to contain the dribble. The more your defense breaks down and you've got to help and recover, the better things are for UNLV on the road.
McAdoo not able to hit inside the 3-point strike.
Well, it's a wide open shot. That's not really his game. A one dribble pull up from 17 feet is not where he operates most effectively.
And they get the travel. Dave Rice in his second year, former player at UNLV. Last season they get to the NCAA tournament. In fact, he took over, continued the success of Lon Kruger, 5 NCAAs in 6 years.
Well, a terrific offensive coach. He spent 6 years at BYU under Dave Rose, and they led the league, the Mountain West Conference, in scoring each of those 6 years.
Oh, soft touch McAdoo.
He's so much better when he makes a quick move. When he's isolated, when he's got a little bit of space. When James Michael McAdoo has to operate in traffic, that's when he gets in a little bit of a problem. When he's got an isolation, when he's got space, he can use his athleticism, his quickness.
Hairston with the tough defense. Here's the other end.
North Carolina had a great player here named Antoine Jamison, now in the NBA, who was as quick from the catch to the release as I've ever seen in college basketball. And that's a little bit of the way you'd like to see Michael McAdoo play, where he's getting things done with his quickness more so than with strength.
Carolina very active. Missed the travel there. And Bennett could put it back.
This is as active defensively against a good team as I've seen North Carolina this year. The question is, can they sustain it for long stretches of time? Gotten off to the start they wanted to get off to. They haven't been that efficient on the offensive end, but they have been very good defensively against UNLV.
McAdoo putting it on the floor, and a little short that time. It'll stay with North Carolina. You mentioned UNC and some struggles at times defensively, and with that they hadn't been able to get easy baskets offensively.
Well, that's one of the big problems. You know, you can say that you want to get out and run. Teams want to run. They want to play transition. But in order to get out and run and get easy baskets, you've got to get stops on the defensive end. And North Carolina has not been able to do that much this year, and they've not been able to get to the free throw line either, which has been a staple for them over the years.
Dijon Jones up ahead, and UNLV on the board.
And there's another problem, is turning the ball over, a live ball turnover, and letting UNLV take it the other way. You know, UNLV hadn't been able to get anything playing 5-on-5 in the half court thus far in the game. Give them an easy basket, all of a sudden you can breathe a sigh of relief and start playing.
Nice move, McAdoo, and a put back underneath by Hairston.
T.J. Hairston getting into the lineup, the starting lineup, in place of Reggie Bullock. He has got to have a big game. Got to shoot it, drive it, and he also has to rebound.
Strickland rebounding the miss. Weaving through traffic and lays it in.
A nice aggressive play by Dexter Strickland off the miss.
Timeout UNLV. The Heels off to an 8-2 start, and they've come out with a lot of intensity.
They have.